Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hey everybody, and welcome to SoulCARE. It's Monday, the July 17th, I believe it is. The 18th, not sure, one of those. Happy summer, right in the middle of summer here in San Diego. It feels like summer, and the rest of the country very, very hot. And I think parts of Europe also very hot. So interesting changes. Let me put on the comments page here. Welcome to Owen. Hi, Stacy Thompson. Hi, Sean. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Alana. Hi, Sickford. Mark for being on to this. I look very forward to doing this every week. I'm good, Emil. How are you? Hello, Mary. I hope you're all having a good summer. Hello, Ann, TLC, Marie, Jean Marie. Hello, Heather, Sean, Shannon, Kate. Where in Australia are you from, Kate? Just curious. Michelle Campbell. Good. Wow, Michelle, good to see you again. Howdy doody. Awesome. Hi, Rita. Probably very well. New York is burning, huh? How hot is it in New York? It's just, wow. We had a very long California winter. It ended about 3 weeks ago. So now we're the opposite of that, which, it took a long time for California to get sunny. It was May gray, then June gloom, went to the beginning of July. So it finally is a summer here. But I heard the rest of the world country is all burning up, and I heard that Europe is very hot. I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cassidy. Annapolis, Maryland. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. I see you shine. Thank you. Hello, Allison from New Zealand. Hello. UK, Cambridge, Tommy. Okay, Tammy Hall. Oh, is that right, Barbara? Upstate New York is experiencing more of the sort of the fires are still going in Canada. It's unbelievable, isn't it? How is London, Deborah? I'll be there in October. I'm spending a couple of days there and a couple of days in Dublin. It's toasty in Kent, WA. Yeah. It's probably about 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is summertime. But it's okay. I have solar power by the sun, so it helps with power, but that's it. Hello, Maria. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for telling people about the page. I really appreciate it. Hello from Germany. Where in Germany are you? Wow. Wow. Australia. Austria is waiting for you. Oh, Barbara, I love Austria. My favorite country in the world. I've definitely past lives there. No doubt about it. Great Pennsylvania. 22 degrees. Okay, that's good. That's not too bad. Yeah. South Africa. Nickling, wow, South Africa. Wow, very good. That's great. So today is going to be just a general question and answers. I just try to do that once a month where I can give you an opportunity to ask general questions. I'm not doing readings, so but general questions you can ask will be fine. Where in Germany? I'm just curious. I love Germany. Hi from Sweden, and so if you have questions, feel free to ask me. And I just want to remind everybody a couple of things going on. We have next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, an Evening of Spirit Messages. And that's on my website, vanprod.com. If you'd like to go to that, please feel free to register over there. There you go. Evening of Spirit. And it'll be 4 o'clock to 6. And it'll be interesting because I haven't done that in a while, so it'll be very fascinating. And then we get that I'm right here in my hometown in San Diego just doing an event. And it's just a very nice article, 2-page article in the local paper here, so it was very nice. Okay. Smoke quality, Sue Wells. Wow. That's terrible. What part, Sue, are you in there? Yeah, there's my website. Okay. Yeah. If you've been to Eating Spirit, please tell people to come and join themselves if they like to. And also, I want to thank you all for letting people know about this, my SoulCARE, and also my Facebook and my courses, because a lot of new people are coming in. So thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Aloha. Angel, have you ever had contact with extraterrestrials? Yes, I have. And it's funny because I think we're all extraterrestrials in our own way. Yeah, when I was in the development circle, I was very aware of a being. There was a light, very light, and the form was not of a human form. It was, I guess you call an alien, but again, I just think it's a different galaxy they're from, and we're all part of that. We're all star seeds. So yes, very much so. Overwhelming feelings of love when I was with that being there in the space in the development circle. I've had a couple of other experiences with them as far as dream states, and also instead of Arizona, I had a whole connection there with the Pleiadian people, beings, and about unconditional love. They give a lecture. So yeah, very much so. We're all part of each other. It's really interesting. And yeah, well, love the movie Talking to Heaven. Thank you, Anne. I just shared that with a girl on my flight from New York, and she didn't know who I was, but she came from a class in Omega Institute on mediumship, and one of my former students was teaching the class. And I told her who I was. She didn't know who I was. And I said, oh, well, I helped to teach her. And she goes, you know what mediumship is? I said, I know what mediumship is. And before you know it, she had my movie she was watching on the plane. Every once in a while, I'd look over and see what scene it was on. At the end, I said, what do you think about this? And she goes, I'm scared. What's the odds of me sitting next to you? I said, it's all meant to be. Divine intervention. I'm Neil. Hi, Neil. I was wondering if it's common of dreams that warn you from things. Yes. Like future arguments or things that would be negative. Yes, Emil, that does happen, precognitive dreams. So the best thing, again, I'm going to say, which I say all the time, is keep a dream journal next to you. And when those things happen, your conscious mind, it'll wake you up and you can write that down. And just as a warning, the forewarning, which is a good thing to have. So I like that. Very, very good. And you can also train your mind to open up to the dream state world, be aware of the dreams and communicate in the dream state. And you can actually train your mind to do that, and the subconscious mind as well. But keep a dream journal. But yes, it's a very good thing to have. Very good. Celine Price, not long out of the hospital, but 3 months today. Well, welcome out. It was serious, and I had a very vivid near-death experience. It was amazing. Really, Celine, wow. I hope you will learn from that, or you'll enhance your life, because that's what you should be doing. Good work. Good, very good for you. Larry Madison, how do I know I'm on the right path? By using your intuition, your soul self, not your head, your heart. Hi, Barbara. I know I felt my transitioned husband and see him in dreams. It feels it opens up more and more what the support is. Is he possibly helping me connecting better day by day? Yes, Barbara, of course he is. Why wouldn't he? But are you connecting with him in that? Are you giving him that, opening up that space of surrender to let him come through, or are you trying to control it by saying, come to me, come to me, come to me? If you're doing that, you're blocking it. So you got to give him that space to surrender and let him fill that space with thoughts. A friend of mine who passed over about 4 months ago, she came to last night. I was lying down getting a massage, and she came to me in my head. And I said, well, tell me more of what it's like where you are. And she said, oh, James, it's hard with the chasms of time, because they're outside of time and we're in time. So she's found it difficult communication-wise, or I should say relating to the physical world, because she's no longer here. She's in the space in between time, outside of time. So she said she used the term chasm of time, the chasm of time, which is divider of time. That was very interesting. It really is. It's got little tidbits of the truth, not all the truth at once. Hi, Larry. How do I know I'm on our path? Lori. So, Lori, you got to take the time to be with yourself, surrendering. My new meditation course is all about sitting in the stillness of your being. And that is something you should look into, because it's not a regular meditation course. It's a course about quieting the mind, surrendering, becoming a companion to that stillness in your being, your soul self. So it's the spiritual journey meditation that's on my website, brand new. It's a school course that will help you to get to center yourself. And once you're in that heart space, then you know who you are and the right choices to make. Because if you're stuck in your head, you get in that critical mindset, and it's hard to make the right choice, because your rational brain wants to say this, but yet the right part of you is saying this, so it gets mixed up. Yeah. So try that.
Every time you sit and practice, you'll discover something new, whether it's about yourself, the world we live in, and the choices that you make, and the people in your life. So be open to anything that happens and everything that happens. Through meditation and sitting in the stillness, you're going to have a new sense of awareness of who you truly are as a soul living on this earth. This is work of the heart. We're going to learn to live heart forward. And that's what this is about. It's not work. It's beauty. It's fun. It's amusement. It's love. It's feeding your soul. This is all about you. It's your own practice. This meditation process and this practice will change your life. You're no longer living in limitations and fear. You're able to express who you truly are. You will change not only yourself, but the world.
True. Thank you, Renee, for showing that. It's really, really true. It's learning to get in your soul self, not in your head, not in that rational mindset, but really going to the soul. And that soul, of course, is outside of time, really. It holds us here, but it helps us to make the right choices. And it helps us to, we come from that soul point of view, we see the bigger picture of things. And it's not limited, it's limitless. So take the time in this physical world to sit in the quiet. And that's an 8-week course, so many videos and we'll do meditation. So try it out, see if you like that. Go to the JP School of Mystical Arts and look at that. Okay, Cindy, try to figure out my psychic abilities. Do you have tips on opening and learning? Yes, I do, Cindy. There's of course, the JP School of Mystical Arts. Renee, you maybe get a little graphic of the school. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Renee. And then there's the Psychic Portal course. It's a very basic beginning of what you need to know to psychically to use your intuition and different ways of using it in simple ways. Like there are different exercises. Some very simple. It's like the phone rings, who's on the phone? You get an email. What does the email say without reading it? One I just recently is a headline of a newspaper in a magazine or news. What is it going to say, and what the aspects and parts of that article without reading it? And so it really does work. So the more you use your intuition, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle, so it has to be developed. So the Psychic Portals course is very, very good for that. Okay. Hi, Elaine. As a collective, what is the most important thing we need to be doing right now? Sending love to ourselves and to each other, living in love. And that might sound strange, but it's true, because love brings together, fear separates. And I had a lovely weekend. I was in San Diego for the Gay Pride Parade down there, the festival. Very nice. The whole city came together for this. I'd never seen that before. Very, very nice. And I went and I had a coffee in the morning, sit down, walk down the street, and stay at a friend's place there. And I just walked down the street and just had a cup of coffee. And it was this lovely gentleman was an older man putting his pink flamingos in some kind of cup. I was joking with him. Gave me a lovely coffee, and I think it's very kind. And he was just a gentleman, and then he gave me a piece of fruit. And I said, where are you from? Are you Italian or the Middle East? He goes, Palestinian. I said, oh, Palestine. And he was just a kind man. And I'm going to write him back and send him a Power of Love book, because it's those little random acts of kindness that when you do things that really make a difference. It's that rippling effect of that vibration. So what we should do is send out that lovely vibration to everybody. And also individually each day, when you meet somebody, see their God self. And no matter what they say, stay in that space of love. And every day we have people on our path who are our teachers or students. And if we recognize that and bring that vibration up to love, that's what our job is. Okay. Hi, Fidelma. I love that name. My intuition is getting stronger. Sometimes you get scared, though. Fidelma, don't get scared. There's no reason to get scared. Sometimes scare or fear, it's because you're controlling, you're trying to control it. And there is no control. And once you surrender to the awareness that the fact that you don't have control, things can go a lot easier. So that Buddha saying, you can't push the river, you just gotta let it flow. It's true, you gotta let things flow. And the more you know yourself, the stronger your insights will be, the stronger you'll have a sense of self-awareness, the right choices you'll make. So you have the answers within your soul. And that's really what it's about. Intuition is the voice of the soul. Hi, Tracy. Okay, I am care of my grandparents' ranch. Great, I take care of my grandparents. It must be very haunted there. That no longer speak to me because it's money and ranch. Should I let this land go and move on, or keep fighting for what my ancestors believed in? Tracy, what do you feel? I can't tell you what to do. What you feel would be the right thing, and you got to make that choice based upon your heart, not your head. What does your heart tell you? Again, you got to do what's right. Don't let the whole historical thing, the answers get in the way either. Just do what you feel first, you in your heart. Best thing to do. Okay. Vivian, besides NDEs and near-death experiences, what type of experience can jolt you into true essence to connect with your true spirit? Wow. Many types of things. Some traumas can do that. Often trauma will jump you into that. Head injuries will jump you into that. Some shocking event might jump you into that. Certain injuries can jump you into that. I believe the best way though is meditation. I'd rather do it in a still way, in a way that's natural, than to have something jolt me. So doing natural is way of meditation is the best way to do it. But Vivian, it's worth taking the time to progress, not jumping into it either. So take the time. You're worthy. Yeah. Cindy, good question. Do you think animals are part of our soul group? 100%. I think they are part of our soul group. I think we're part of the animals. They're part of us. I think there are animals we had before can be part of our animals we have presently. I think there's no limitation. I mean, we can't limit the soul. People often say, what about the animal kingdom and human kingdom? Yeah, I guess that's so to a point. But I think the line's a little blurred because I often think the soul's like water. You can't limit it and it can go anywhere. So I think that it's definitely emanations of our soul and part of the animals that make up that emanations as well. Yeah. Hi, Bobby. Hi, James. How long after someone passes before you can receive messages from them or signs? Right away. Right away. Or it could take a while, depending on the type of death they had. I remember I was doing a reading for people in the audience, and a girl's mother came through, and I gave her this information, and the girl said, "That can't be my mother. She's still alive." I said, "Well, she's here talking to me. She's not alive. She's not in a physical body anyway." I don't like that term alive. She's not in a physical body. And the girl called home when she found that her mother passed. From the time that she left her place to come to the demonstration, her mother had passed, and she didn't know that. So it could be right away. It just depends on the type of passing, also their belief system. If they believe in life after death, it'll be a lot easier than someone that doesn't believe in life after death, because they can tend to get a little bit lost, like where am I right now? Am I in a dream or not? So it depends on their experiences and their belief systems too, and the type of passing they had, how it left the body. Hi, Barbara. Is there a way to experience something like near transition experience? I feel like to be just easily lifted and carried through space. Yes. Only lasts 1 second. 12 days before my heavy transition. Yes, and it's real. I do know something like that, Barbara. My sister's passed in April, and I had that experience. And I had that experience a lot, actually, leaving the body. I'm actually teaching on a cruise in August. I'm teaching immersions to the other levels of consciousness. So it's a matter of leaving the body, and it's you've heard of out-of-body experiences. So I'll be training everybody on that cruise about going to different levels of awareness, different levels of consciousness. And when you allow yourself to go, you can. You're still connected to the physical body. It's just, there's a silver cord, they call it, which is the etheric cord that's the solar plexus of the human attached to the soul. And that's always there. So you can travel through spaces and places at different time periods and so forth, and you can still be connected to the physical body. So you're still aware of it. So you can have all the experiences, but still be aware of the physical. And that's what I'm doing in August. So that does happen, especially around someone who's passing and you're very close to. You can sometimes experience kind of that passing with them. And that's what happened with my sister and myself. Okay. I'm very good, Eileen Naughton. Thank you. I feel very good. Hi, Jennifer. My grandmother always said I was psychic. Good. What do you think? I asked how to learn. She told me to study. I've studied for years. I don't think she's right. Is she right? Is she? She was right on everything else. Well, Jennifer, why are you questioning yourself so much? So I think everybody is psychic from a degree or another, but it's a matter of how much degree you're in your head space and your rational mindset, and how much you give to yourself to go into the heart and trust and let go of control. And the more you start doing that, the easier you'll be into intuition, which is the soul's voice. Everybody has sixth sense. Everybody has intuition. And it's sometimes it's so foreign that we get afraid because it's the unknown. But that's just closes it down. So you got to be open. You have nothing to be afraid of. It's part of who you are. And it's better to be a part of it now when you're still in the physical body than when you get to the other side, because the other side of this mental world, and all you have are your thoughts. And the thoughts of, oh, wow, I should have taken advantage of time in this physical world to learn about my intuitive abilities, not here. So do that. And again, Psychic Portals course, the best one that I know of, that teaches you basic foundations of intuition, psychic ability. Hi, Cassie. Do you recommend past life regression? What is the best way to go about it? Thank you, James. Thank you. I do believe in past life regression when there's something to regress for. So many times it might be fears or phobias that one has, and it's good to see sometimes where they come from, and very well they can come from another past life experience. So that I found that very beneficial. I also was regressed once because I wanted to find out why I'm doing the work I'm doing as a medium, and why is it done on such a global level. And when I was regressed, I was aware of myself standing there, the soul self, and the physical body was there. But it was interesting because I knew I was a general in many wars. And as I'm looking at this body, all the uniforms changed from one uniform to another, all these many, 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 many wars. And I was always a general in charge of telling my men when to go in and kill people. So I came back in this lifetime to heal many of those deaths that I caused by my choices, my demands, my commands. So I'm here now to balance out their karma and bring healing to that level. And of course, I have to do a global level because I did this all over the world in many wars. So that makes sense. That makes 100% sense. So there are phobias of curiosity. It's good. I think it's not something to do just for the fun of it. I think you need to have some kind of intention behind it. And the past life regression is Brian Weiss is a very good teacher. He has professional trainings and so forth. So he'd be an excellent person to check out. Okay. Hi, Kat. What can I do to connect to spirit out in the hectic world? I feel like I'd like guidance today, but I have a hard time unless I'm in meditation. So if you, again, sit in that quiet in the stillness of your being, as you just watched on the promo, that's the first step, surrendering. Learn how to surrender by getting out of your head and into your heart. When you close out the head, you begin to live in the heart. And that's what you need to do. And I'm going to repeat this every time someone asks the same question. Go into your heart and surrender. That's the answer. Okay, thanks, Pat. Try it out. Take the course. Jim, what are your most favorite oracle cards? Different ones. So I have the guide cards. I have power of love cards. I like each one for a different reason. So the power of love love cards is really about self-empowerment. So I love that. And that's the guides cards I love because it brings me messages from the guides. But also my Talking to Heaven deck I have is great for messages from the spirit world. So they're all different. So I can't say one is better than the other. They're all my children. It's like all my books, like which one is my favorite book? I don't have a favorite one per se. I would say Power of Love right now is my favorite. But they're in the room. And Talking to Heaven is my second. But again, all different reasons, all different they're all different children. You know, Healing Grief is a great book for references of grief, all different types of grief. Heaven and Earth is a great book, learning about the spiritual world, the physical world. Unfinished Business is great because it talks about having no should-haves, would-haves, or could-haves on this earth and passing over pretty clean and pure. So they're all different, Tommy, so it's hard to just say one. Okay. All right, let's see. Kelly Drews. People ask me how I am. I say, well, I'm great. I woke up today. And whatever happens in my day is a bonus. That's great, Kelly. I like that. That's very, very nice. Some people say, well, I'm 6 feet above the ground, which is good. I'm pathetic too much. How can I protect myself? So Shannon, again, it's sitting in the quiet. It's sitting in surrendering. It's learning to be with yourself, your soul self. So you're taking the course, a spiritual journey through meditation. Best way to do it. I have to because that's really, that course is designed just for that. And as an empath, you got to be really careful because empaths are very sensitive. So they pick up on energies all the time. And the problem with being sometimes an empath or sensitive is they pick up other people's programs out there in the ethers. It could be family, friends, employers, or employees. And you pick these programs up and you think they're yours. And they're not just somebody else's, but as a sensitive, you pick all the stuff up. And the secret is to learn how to translate, to learn what's yours and what's not yours. And then you can send that out. If it's not yours, just send it out. And again, it's something that comes with practice and development. It can't be done quickly. So just sit in that quiet and surrendering spot and you'll get it. Oh, after this, Renee, let me do something. There's what works really well. If you could, everybody, Renee just told me that. Renee, would you come on for a second and meet everybody? Renee is the producer here and helps me do this. And there he is. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
That was funny. And Renee was just sharing with me something that came up for our site here. So I wanted him to share it with everybody else.
I'm sorry, James. And what did you say? I didn't hear the question.
Oh, you wanted them to talk about that thing to push the live chat thing?
Oh, the live. You mean from your show?
Yes. Could you instruct them how to do that?
Yeah. So I think people are already really good at it because you're
I
posting.
know these things new to me.
You're posting all your comments, and sometimes I put links in there that you can actually click on, and I will bring you directly to James's page. And so it's very easy for you to to gather more information or to sign up for things. So, and that's what this platform is for, to really, James is so gracious enough to give his spare time, because again, this is all his free time that he does for all of you, just to bring awareness to your beautiful innate nature. Right? We are often so disconnected from and getting caught up in the daily things. And what James does is like, wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah, pause button.
Pause, right? There's much more to you than just this physical body, right? And his school is fantastic. For those of you who are not familiar with it, I highly, highly recommend to just check out the School of Mystical Arts. You see the banner right there. Click on it, and I'll put it in the comments in a little bit, and then just explore it. And there's so much that can help you. That's James's goal. It's not for him, like he always says. It's for you to find yourself and to find peace in the midst of all the chaos. So that's why
horses too. You can take them forever.
Oh, yeah, you can take them forever, and that's why in the chat I'll put all the links, and you can click on them, and it routes you directly to James's page. And this is how we can grow our community. And the more people do this,
press. I don't know. I misinterpreted or misheard you. You mentioned it earlier before we got on that you wanted to press live or live chat or something. I thought it was inviting other people on or something.
Oh yeah. Well, that is what you can do. Also, is to really help this community. Is let me show you this banner. So what you do is look on the bottom. See if you hit like on this particular stream.
Right.
On whether you look on the phone or an iPad on your computer right now. If you click like, and then there's another button on the bottom where you can share this stream from James.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and then you can share it to your own Facebook page or the YouTube channel, and this will exponentially ripple out the message from
more people, which is
from
great.
James. Yeah.
That way. Okay.
Yep.
That's great, everybody. If you can do that, I appreciate that. We reach a lot of people that way. It's hard to reach people these days. There's so much social media stuff going on. Thanks, Renee. I appreciate it.
Of course, no problem at all.
And Renee is taking care of 5 dogs right now, so he's lots of doggies around. Barbara Pitts, I love your Shift Network course too. Jumping right into your school, James. Thanks, Barbara. Yeah, the Shift Network is a site that is an online site of school, and I'm doing a mediumship course there. So I'm in the middle of it, almost toward the end, and it's a good resource. But I like my school better. Okay, Lisa Scribbles, I like that name, Scribbles. Could you please explain what the Spirit World says? What the world says help the most when you feel so unloved to the point you want to take yourself out of this world? Okay, so So Lisa, number one, it's not an easy world. It's a hard world because it's a school here, and lessons are not always easy ones. We have the advanced soul chooses the hardest lessons. So when the first thing Spirit would say, which they often says, you need to have a relationship with yourself. You need to honor your sacred self and know who you are. And it's the most difficult things that push us to that brink of what am I going to do now? And all you have is yourself. All you have is what's inside here. Don't let your head get in the way and judge you or criticize you. It's not your fault that you lost your baby. That's nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. It has nothing to do with you. It's more of the soul. And that soul is part of your group. There was a choice made before you both came back in the incarnation that, okay, I'm going to have to go through Lisa, take on that personality of Lisa. I got to go through what it's like to lose a pregnancy. What does that feel like? What am I going to go through emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically? What is that going to be about? So you took that on in connection with that soul about who's going to leave the body, who just might have needed the development process, helping you out with the development part of it. That soul is free, not in that body, that fetus, until the very end. So it's free to give you that experience. So it's quite the opposite. It's a very loving, caring thing. And you can never quit school. So if you get to the other side, all you'll have is regret because it's not your time to go. So it's just an emotional thing. You get better, sweetheart. Just begin to learn loving yourself the most. That's the most incredible gift that the message of the spirit world has. Good luck, Lisa. I know you can do it. Miss Strong. C Rose, smash that like button. Thank you, C Rose. Smash it. Smash that like button. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny. It's a very different world now than when I first started. Hi, Ann. I have your message from the guys. The bookmark is beautiful. Thank you. My cousin Jill made it for me. It's crystals like a tooth for my dad horse, Golden Boy. Oh, a Palomino he had when he was growing up. That's beautiful, Ann. I live in a very much a horse equestrian area here, and we have actually crosswalks for horses, horse crosswalks, and we have stables in my block for stables. And I love horses, but I really respect horses because they're a lot bigger. And I was never thrown off a horse, but I got on a horse once, and I felt very uncomfortable. Of course, really, the horse he took that up. So the horse just stopped, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get off now. So, but I respect them, but I love the horses. Very wise animals. We're going to work on the animal communication course coming up in a couple of months, so I'll play with that. But yeah, I love animals. Thank you, Ann. Okay, Latanya, Shek Boha. Boy, I put this for a name. What are orbs and what do they mean? My mother was dying. My sister said she's seen an orb floating from one room to another. Well, orbs are remnants of spiritual beings, I would say. Well, it's a mass collection of one or more spiritual energies that can be produced when there's a lot of concentration from the other side of life. And I find they usually work together in manifesting an energetic orb or a circle that they send. I don't know how it's manifested. Don't ask. I don't know. I wish I did, but it does happen. I was once at the Ford Theater in Washington where Lincoln was killed, and I sat on the stage, and friend Jordy was very mediumistic, said, "Let me take a picture of you." Some strangers, no one else was in the theater at the time. I'm very connected to Lincoln, and she showed me the picture afterwards, and it was like thousands and thousands of orbs all on that stage. It was very interesting. Where they come from? Who are they? It's hard to say. The beings. Yeah, interesting. Chasm of time. Love that. Hi, Mary Jane. How do we find out the name of our guardian angel? I'd like to call mine by name. That's great, Mary Jane. So what you can do is sit in the quiet and invite them in. I have a course about guides in school, and one of the exercises is sitting in the quiet, surrendering, letting them come behind you and feeling their energy. So guides don't have names per se like humans would like them to have, because they're more energetic beings. They can prescribe to a name. Many times I had a guide named Alexei, and he said, because I asked him, "What's your name?" This is back in the 80s. He said, "You would know me by the name, my name I was known by in your lifetime, in the world. My name I was known by in your world was Alexei. That was what I was known by." So we're so much more than just that physical name. And guides are much more. So it's more I would tune into the energy of the guides as you close your eyes. And again, the school I have, the course is great for that. And just sit quietly and know you attune yourself to the various energies that the different guides have. So the energy from a healing guide is very different than the energy of a philosophy guide, or as a joy guide, or as a teaching guide, or as a professional guide. So it's more important that you become more aware of those energies of the guides, but also, first and foremost, being aware of your own energy. What do you feel like? What does your soul energy feel like? So that's very important parcel as well. You should do that. All right, sweetheart. Thanks, Mary. And Mary Jane, again, in school, I can't push enough, but it is true. I had that in there. Hey, Kelly again. Had out-of-body experience when I was 11 years old. I was having an operation and watched my surgery and told the doctors all the jokes and conversations we're having certainly different. Very good. Did not scare me. I get told things in my head before they happen. So yes, most of us do. And if we pay attention to them, they'll happen more. I just tell the people I don't know why I can do this, but it's just go with the flow. Because you're a soul having a human experience, not the other way around. And as a soul, you're limitless and you're timeless and you're open and expansive. But the human kind of closes it together, combines it, and limits it. So the more you can get to the soul self, you become limitless and you receive thoughts, impressions, and images. I was recently watching on Netflix is a Rock Hudson bio documentary. Excellent, really well done. And I did a reading for his friends right after he passed over. I did a reading for George Nader and Mark Miller, his two friends there. And remember, it was a very incredible connection. He was very ashamed how he passed away with AIDS. And I kept on trying to say to him in my head, you know, you're going to help people with this. Don't get caught up in the whole persona of it. And he was really kind of like the first kind of earthbound, if you will, or obsessed or frustrated souls that came through that way. The very first time I had something like that. And after I was watching his biography, and I thought, oh, yes, that's Rock Hudson. At the end of it, I heard, wow, I remember the reading I did for Rock. And all of a sudden I heard a voice say, and it was Rock Hudson. He said, oh, that was so long ago, James. Back in 86, I think, or 87, whatever it was. I forget what the year was, but it was around there. And he said, that was a long time ago, James. I knew it was him. And then later I thought, well, how can I do that? But they're outside of time. So everything's available because we as humans place those definitions on things, references on things. But there's so much more to it than just that. It's, again, the time and space. It's really where they are because they're outside of time and they're in a very different space. And they're open to all these different levels of awareness. They can go just with their minds. They can go to all these different places and spaces and experience all different types of things and all different types of spheres and levels. And it's only the human person gets caught up in the limitations of the world around them. I mean, you cannot limit your imagination. Your imagination can go and go and go. And that's who you are. You're a limitless, bountiful being of energy. And the energy is just concentrated in the physical body, but it's always moving. Yeah. And the more you kind of use the energy as a detriment. So when you use energy as a detriment, so let's say you're worried about your children, or you're worried about its position, or you're worried about your security, you're putting energy of worry, you're limiting that prana, the energy of life, you're stopping it short, you're limiting it. So when you want to manifest in physical life, you have to use that energy to imagine, use imagination, use vision to what you want, and you send it out. It's called universal ordering. And you send it out to the universe and ethers, and it will materialize. But if you connect it with a worry and block it, it's not going to materialize as fast. And you get on that hamster wheel, if you're worrying, you're going to overdo it, you're going to limit yourself in your life. And that's the mistake. And then you don't want to get to pass over and look back to life and say, well, if only I knew then what I know now, I would never limit myself through fear and through control. So you need to open up and to remind yourself you're a limitless soul and you're just having an experience here. You're just experiencing what it's like to be human. You are not human. You're a soul having the human experience, like taking a science class. And you're just taking the class. You're a student taking the class. You're not the class itself. You're a student observing it. You're experiencing it. You're watching it. So remember to keep your perspective on things. It makes it so much easier in life when you're not involved in it, but you're observant of it. It really works well. You are what you think. Tonight we have a great, powerful show. This goes a perfect segue. Both Sides Now and Beyond, 6 o'clock tonight with Kelly White and myself. And Kelly White is a therapist and a medium, and she's probably on right now. Hi, Kelly. And she's an incredible being. And we're going to talk all about how thoughts are manifested, how we can have what we want in our lives, we have a more creative life. Anything is possible because God says yes, but we humans say no. We limit God. So tonight in our show, we're going to talk all about how thoughts can change your life and how you can manifest things. Church of Religious Science, we'll talk about Ernest Holmes, some wonderful philosophers and teachers of inner wisdom. And it'll be an experience which we can have. I'll do a little meditation at the end of it as well about manifestation of what we want, we truly want, and how to really do universal ordering. So that's tonight at 6 o'clock right here. Okay. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the school and Spirit Messages next Wednesday, July 26th. If you'd like to join me for that and get a message, that'd be great. And until then, tonight or later on, catch some great moments.